Welcome back.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to our
Yeah.
ninth
Hey.
session of Spelljammer, our Echo of the Astral Sea campaign. Happy 2025, Happy New Year. I hope everybody
Woohoo!
had a good holiday. I hope everybody is rested before they had to go back to work.
I don't know
Or
about
if you haven't gone back to work, good for you.
that.
But thank you, everybody, for coming back. It's good to see everyone, and we're excited to kick off the new year with our next session of our Echo of the Astral Sea campaign. Uh,
And it's
so,
good to be here.
let's go ahead and start off. We are going to be missing Dayton today. He is not feeling well. He got a bug that went through his household, and he's in rough shape. So we're giving him the day off. He'll be back next time, or
Best of
we'll
luck, Day.
see.
Hope you get better, man.
Yes, we hope you feel better soon, buddy.
See you in the stars
Um,
soon, buddy.
oh yeah, he's already out there. All right, but yeah, so this is our Spelljammer Echo of the Astral Sea campaign. We've got 8 sessions down, and who knows how many more to go, but this is a campaign heavily modified from the Light of Xaryxis campaign. I took that, I read through it, I memorized it basically, and then added a whole ton of stuff, a whole heap of stuff on top of it to give us a more full and fulfilling campaign, because I felt that Xaryxis was very much too bare bones. All right, so without further ado, I am your DM, your wonderful DM with a nice tie here, Mark. With us, we also
Uh,
have playing our bugbear, Mr. Skarok himself.
Hello, all. I'm Alex. Nice to see you guys. Happy New Year, and let's do it.
Absolutely. And I also have with us, with a beard kind of dwarfing my own right now, is Josh playing Szar.
Hello, everybody. It's your bug pirate captain here. Eager to start off on a new year and a new adventure.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Plenty to go. And of course, since Dayton's not here, last but certainly not least, having difficulty seeing through his mining glasses, is Valen with not only his wonderful charm, but also our announcements.
Hey everyone, I'm playing Valen Yosai. My name's Matt Roberts. I got a few announcements for everyone. Happy New Year off the bat. Thanks for everyone. We took a little hiatus. We had a little winter break, holiday break. Everyone got to see family, friends, enjoy themselves. We're back now, full steam. You'll see us back on TikTok, us up on YouTube. We got a few new shows coming out, few new episodes of Play With Me coming out. Hope you guys are excited to see those. Marina, one of our new club members, has got a few episodes she's looking to release. She's gonna
Nice.
do. She's got some great stuff coming up. She's doing a lot of great artwork for us too. Big shout out to Liam. His D&D club got canceled this week, which stinks. So he's got
Cool.
he's got.
Oh,
They have it the same night as us too, and it was canceled. I had picked up the Spelljammer collection for him too, and he had prepped it to bring it in there. It's canceled, but he can play with us tonight. So thanks for tuning in, Liam,
hey,
as
thanks,
always.
Nice
Green
seeing
Boy.
you, bud.
And big shout out to John tuning in tonight too. So other than that, I don't have too many announcements. We're getting back to regular scheduled programming with some new shows coming out. I can't wait for you guys to see it. A lot of cool stuff going on, a lot of fun stuff. So I'm done with announcements. Mark, it's on you, buddy.
Yeah. All right, so since nobody else did a fun fact about their character today, I'm going to do a fun fact about the GIF culture.
Oh, I
in
love
GIF
it.
culture, in GIF culture, when they come of age for military service at 14 years old, they're given a live grenade. The idea with this is that if you can act with the level of caution and awareness while carrying said grenade, you were worthy for military service. However, if you cannot, it is a very painful cleanup at best and an oftentimes fatal lesson.
Ooh, it's good to know.
Wow.
But
So if we ever visit a gift city, be on the lookout for one-armed hippos.
One-armed hippos
that one,
and
No, we reattached that.
and 14-year-olds carrying around live ammunition here. I mean, that's the scarier part.
Right?
But we stay away from the 14-year-olds with live ammunition.
That's awesome to know. Well, that's interesting.
It is,
I
it is.
remember that one.
And I'm pretty sure Czar is younger than 14. Hang on a minute.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into our recap, and then we'll get into the campaign itself. So, previously on Echo of the Astral Sea. After a warm evening, hold on just a sec. After a warm evening packed with hot food and warm company, the party bedded down. Well, Skarok, Ryback, and the recruits bedded down. Valen found a place to meditate, and both Szar and Tinman found their places as well to wait out their long evening and hopefully find some much-needed rest. However, rest would not be tracked so easily, as Tinman noticed a sudden lack of weight on his hip. Looking down, he saw that the dove was missing, and when informing Valen, the pair of sharp eyes searched out the weapon. Instead, they find a floating black mist above Skarok's bags, and witness as it drains the enchantment off of Skarok's throwing spear, which he later learns that the enchantment seems to be completely gone. As our tiny Tin Man and our regal racing elf approach, the mist seems to take on a more living color. From a faded black to a more resplendent night sky, complete with the stars and swirling astral energies. It coalesces into the more humanoid form of the dove, showing off that her hanging lace-like dress is taking on the colors of the floating mist and have more substance and vibrance. She emits some manner of white fog that then settles across the party and arrests their mind in a vision, showing them a pair of individuals who were searching for someone on what Skarok pointed out was unmistakably Verdanth. One named Cobalt Cinder, and the other referred to as Gunmetal, who carried a Fapple-brand maker's mark on his palm. They encounter a massive beast, and the vision becomes disorienting as Gunmetal fights this creature, the darkness of the surrounding forest refusing to allow for a clear look at what they were fighting. Shortly, Gunmetal finds himself pinned, and witnesses Cobalt Cinder enter some sort of trace or rage and cut her way into this great beast, before emerging from the other side coated in viscera and gore. She turns on Gunmetal, insisting that he actually does know where the person they're looking for is. Szar recognizes Cinder as a low-rank mercenary in the Belt due to her violent and bloody methods. After reality reasserts itself, everyone makes to wake up Skarok, who comes awake ready to fight, having seen the same vision. Recognizing that the dove is consuming enchantments, everyone gets very protective, even suggesting briefly that Tinman be ejected from the ship for the danger this weapon presents. When referring to the vision as a memory, the dove corrects him and tells him that this isn't past, but future. Tinman takes this as an omen and says so to the group. He offers to peace tie the weapon as a gesture of goodwill, but when Skarok reaches for her, she levels her gun form at him in defense. So much for a peace tie, Tinman comments. The dove refuses to be reached for or held by Skarok, calling him a liar and offering no other explanation. She further says that she's made to destroy the Ordis and anything related to it, but Tinman finds himself unable to call it by its name. Tinman comments on iconoclasts, paladins, and clerics that destroy evil artifacts, and everyone comes to the conclusion that the gun is in fact cursed. Rested and ready to move, as morning comes, rested and ready to move, Valen delights in the idea of stretching his legs in the astral sea again and races for the helm. He takes a moment to orient himself in this new form of jamming and magically floors it once he attunes. Skarok, ever observant, yells for a brace, but fails to take his own advice. Save for Tinman and Fred, everyone is sent sliding along the floor as Valen launches the ship into movement. Over the next 16 days, the party finds themselves bored. Fred has taken to launching himself up the wall to see how far he can go, and sticking there until he falls back down. Valen seeks out Cricklet for some sparring, both getting the better of each other and calling it a tie. Games of chance and Ryback's evolving cooking help stave off much of the boredom. They also start morning jogs and stretches. Valen starts morning jogs and stretches, Ryback falling in and the rest of the party doing the same. Valen is surprised to see the gift cook is surprisingly spry, almost catching up to him during their first run. This becomes a daily habit of the group, and I'm also going to give everybody +1 permanent HP for spending almost 2 weeks training.
Ooh.
That feels
Tinman
good.
Tinman takes some time to retreat with the dove and practice some, trying to get the feel of the weapon and maybe find some sort of connection to it. It becomes apparent that the chamber is now suddenly full. Or not suddenly, but is now full. When he removes one of the bullets, it immediately drops to the ship, taking his hand with it and crushing his hand between the ammunition and the ship's hull. The rest of the group are taken by surprise as this causes the ship to suddenly lurch to a stop. Valen attempts to use his limited sight around the ship to determine what happened, only seeing Tinman for the briefest of moments, when it made contact, something of unfathomable size and weight touched the ship. 16 days later, the party arrives at Hakatha, and the beholders. Give me a moment. The beholder homeworld to retrieve their dead drop. Valen senses nothing in his ship sight, and Skarok casts Detect Magic to see if he locates anything further, but finds nothing. Absolutely nothing. Valen uses his skills to impress the party by piloting the ship within 30 feet of their landing zone, earning a gruff curse from Ryback as he tosses out a collapsible joy boat for them to use. Everything feels off as they launch out into Hakatha, but Valen takes it in stride, leading them. They take the joy boat out and immediately crash it into the wall above the cave entrance. Tinman comments that anything the beholders makes is by essence fake, a dream. But as they step into the large cave entrance, they notice the floor coated in a web-like substance, and the pillars in the room squirming with movement. Szar and Tinman clock these almost immediately as no-ferro rust monsters, a variant on the rust monster that targets non-ferrous metals. Szar notices a small larva-like creature squirm into the hole in the ground, and he calls out that there are monsters in the floor before we convened for the evening. So, you're standing at the entrance of this cave, having only just taken a few steps in. Szar clocks that one of these larvae has dug its way into the ground through a hole that he sees. What do you do?
Could I make out what kind of larva it is? Like, would I be able to guess?
You can make a nature check if you'd like.
I would.
And while you're doing that, the cave itself is a dim light towards the back. It is absolute darkness. I
have night vision. No.
I have dark vision. And you can smell like this, the scent of freshly turned like earth, but also a cloying scent of many bodies pressed together. A sort of, Szar, you recognize it as sort of like the powder made by moths and other animals to keep their chitin from rubbing together too much.
Okay. I also rolled a 2 on that nature check.
With a 2 on your nature, remind me again what you're asking?
For the larva, if I could identify the larva.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So
one second, Mark. Do we have a map?
Oh, yes, let me bring you over to the correct map. I apologize.
Oh, good.
I still had you in the opening screen. There we go.
All right.
Just shaking off the rust.
Yeah, that checks.
Oh, good.
All right. So the with a 2 on your nature, you recognize that it is insectoid.
Can I roll nature to see if these are kind of bugs that would have dealt with or hunted?
You can go ahead. I'm going to give you disadvantage.
Ouch. That's a 8.
Hang on.
He's got to roll disadvantage. He might get lower.
Yeah, I'm just
It's so rude.
Hey.
I'm
The
just
dice are
curious as
dirty for the year.
It shows I rolled a D6 on my screen for some reason. All right, let me roll that. There we go. Now it's
A 7.
So a 7.
7.
All right.
Thanks, Mark. I can roll lower.
You recognize rust monsters, and this looks to be something like that. However, it's never been anything that you fought or you recognize directly. It looks similar, but not directly. Valen, are you doing anything?
No. I can see the rust monster approaching.
So you see up on these pillars here, several rust monsters sort of undulating or existing underneath some of the webs around it. It looks like they made these massive cocoon-like things.
I'm gonna pull
the larva itself has moved underground, so you do not see it.
I'm gonna pull my flamethrower Eldritch Cannon off and toss it up to my left here, so that I can run a flank if I need to.
your little guy there for you.
Perfect, perfect. And
I believe you have the ability to move it.
I do not. I do.
Right.
And
what?
then I'm going to quietly take out my laser pistol and kind of like move forward slowly, keeping my eyes up and ready to go.
You hear behind you a couple of soft steps, and Szar Tinman steps past you. It's all the same to y'all. I think I'll watch the entrance. Make sure we got an exit.
Good idea. Watch I-6 there, Tinman. And I'll give him a salute back and start taking like those quiet steps, you know, you kind of see like those tactical like duck steps as I move forward. Ready.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
Yeah,
I'll follow Valen.
All right, Skarok.
Scouting the area, just looking for like a perch, something to be ready to pounce. Where would he spot anything like that?
Go ahead and make an investigation check. The other two of you, I want you to make a stealth check.
Yep.
Oh, hopefully this rolls better.
It's a 14.
17.
Let's go. The dice are hot, baby.
Natural 20.
Nat 20, baby.
Thank you for 2025. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
First roll of 2025
Yeah!
is the
first
nat
roll.
20. Let's go.
Valen's on it this year.
How,
It's either
Better
gonna
than
be
my
a good year.
first roll of a 2.
Yeah.
how quiet are my elven boots?
So, Skarok, as you're looking around, you're trying to find a vantage point that you can pounce from if needed. As you're searching around, you realize or you recognize you don't hear one of your party suddenly, and a moment of panic takes over you, and you whip your head around and you see Valen just sort of fade into the darkness as he steps forward. Szar right on his heels. You can see Szar, but Valen, just the way he's moving, the way he's crouched, he's moving so slowly and quietly that you cannot see the movement. You turn your attention back to a vantage point, and you can see that both of these pillars don't quite reach the ceiling. There's about a 20-foot gap on the rightmost pillar, and about a 50-foot gap on the farmost pillar. Aside from that, the walls themselves are made out of broken stone and just any it looks like it was actually a cave-in at some point that has since been hollowed out.
All right, yeah. Then I guess I will kind of take cues from Valen and try to stealth up.
All right. Would you kindly make a stealth check for me, please?
Sure.
Okay.
A 7.
Ooh.
Yeah. These dice are not hot today.
Valen, go ahead and move yourself up, Szar, as well. You hear, as you continue to move up, you can move your full movement. As you continue to move up, Skarok loses you for a moment, and you hear a soft curse as he trips over the hole over here, and then realizes where you went, and then continues up with you. Skarok, when you trip, you hear Tinman Sanders' breath. Careful there.
Careful there, partner.
Thanks.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So as you continue to move forward, Valen and Szar, you are predominantly aware. It is something that you cannot not be aware of. The moving bodies of skittering Nofero rust monsters above your head, sometimes within feet of you. Every so often, you can see a pair of antennae that reach out to almost 3 feet long. Just reach out, wiggle around for a second, sort of sniff the air, and then retreat. I would like Szar to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh, beans. Come on, give me something good. That would be a 9.
You are suddenly struck across the antenna by these antennae. As a pair sort of juts out and then sweeps over and hits your antenna, and you feel a pause of tension. What do you do?
Stay as still as possible.
Okay. After a moment, they retreat. Everything is very quiet, and after a moment of silence, nothing seems to happen. I'd like you each to continue moving your movement.
I would like it to be known that at this point, Szar tucks his antenna forward.
And I duck my head a little lower, like try to put my bun down. And I'm going to keep moving up, trying to get into the center of the room and see what my elven eyes see.
Yeah, no, Skarok's coat looks a lot flatter than usual.
All right. And Szar, feel free to make your movement. All right. So, Valen, all three of you, as you continue to move forward, you see up to the right looks to be almost like a small anthill like structure. It's almost looks like a well with curved sides. It looks to be built up out of the sand and mud on the ground. And on top of it, this pedestal looks to be these chests coated in webbing, and one of them seems to be busted open and half laying on the ground. Next to this, leaning against the gentle curve, is a large barrel that looks to be made of stern, really good wood. Scattered around it in the webbing, you can see glints of glass and other metals shining as the light hits them from outside. And you can see that there seems to be a couple of them. One there. Yeah, so a couple of the Noferos meandering around, just sort of ambly looking around with their antenna. Excuse me, what would you like to do now?
I'm going to first and point them out to the group and continue trying to make my way up, and I'm going to look back at Szar and see if he recognizes any of them.
What do you think, this is a family reunion?
I don't know, dude. Can you talk to him or anything?
I don't think I want to.
And then I'm going to pull up my gun after he starts laughing, and as I run in, I'm going to hit the laser pistol on him.
Oh, I guess we just go right in on it.
Hey, dude. Hey. And
all right, let's do it.
All right,
I love it.
You're running ahead, making an attack.
Yep, I'm gonna pull out the laser pistol and fire one down at the one on the barrel.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does.
For 11 damage.
All right. You line up your shot, and you can feel the tension in Szar and Skarok as they realize what you're doing, and you loose your bolt. The entire cave lights up as this radiant energy flies across the distance and strikes this rust monster in the side. You can see as the energy from your laser pistol drills into its silver carapace, and you can see it almost seems to melt around it. And as it finally breaks through, you see the rust monster sort of jerk for a moment and then fall lifeless as its legs give out from under it. The other one, however, looks up towards you.
Can I shoot it with an arrow?
You can.
Please, quickly, before it alerts the hive.
You each get a surprise round.
Oh,
So you got one as well, Szar.
Oh, I don't think I have any ranged.
oh, come on.
Oh my gosh,
Come
guys.
on.
I should have
It's a
known better.
12.
Or dice
It's
are not-
unaware, so go ahead and roll that at advantage. I should have let Matt roll it at advantage as well.
Oh, let me just roll one more d20 though. Wow. Wow. You know what? I'm not starting 2020 like this. I haven't used my inspiration.
2020.
There you go.
2025. I'm using my inspiration. Mark, is that a D6?
It is a D6.
Come on. Finally, someone uses one.
18. Does an
Nice.
18
Let's
hit?
go. Now the dice are warming up.
Lands.
All right. So that is going to be 1d8 damage plus, because I am a bugbear and it is not taken a round in combat, I get sneak attack damage.
Mm.
So that is
There we
2d6 on top of that. So let me roll damage for the longbow. Well, that's 3.
Note to self: Szar needs a firearm.
That'll be 12 piercing damage.
All right. You, as the laser bolt jets across the room, lighting it up for a moment, you use that moment to lock the position of the opponent in your mind, and instinctively you pull your arrow out, you knock it, you pull it, you draw, and as Valen's laser finally eliminates the other rust monster, Szar, you can see this perfectly. The other rust monster just sort of jerks backwards and then falls.
Well, that was.
You hear the entire cavern rattle and shake as I would need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, as a scream that pierces your eardrums, nearly rupturing them, reverberates inside this cave.
Oh,
I got a 3.
Can I?
that's a natural 1.
Oh my
Oh.
god, dude, you're dead. Can I use my inspiration on the save or no?
Yeah. I don't care. I allow it because inspiration's inspiration. Go ahead.
Okay.
It's not even worth it for me.
God.
All right. Hopefully a 15's good enough. That was a pretty loud roar.
All right. So the screech reverberates throughout the cave and echoes in on you. The stone walls causing this to be an extremely harsh. I mean, not even just harsh. It's brutal. Szar and Skarok, I need you each to roll a d10 for me, please.
No. That's 1. It's a 1. Can I roll something more than a 1
Oh
tonight?
my
That's
god.
9.
All right. So you each take 6 piercing damage,
Okay. Okay.
and Skarok, you are
Oh, no.
deafened and silenced for 9 rounds. Skarok, you are deafened and silenced for 1.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was gonna be bad the minute he said roll a d10.
God,
I'm deafened
Valen.
and silenced?
Yes, deafened
That is
and
quite
silenced.
unfortunate.
Valen, you had the foresight to put your fingers in your ears really quick.
We might want to start moving, and I'm going to start running up to the treasure chest.
All right, as you sprint up to the treasure chest, what are the other 2 of you doing?
Crying?
Yeah, Doug. It's like a dog
feel
whistle.
like-
He is just.
Hurry up, guys!
My antenna are bugging out right now. I don't know what to do.
I guess, yeah.
I'll book it behind Valen. Kind of
I'm
in a
gonna-
wobbly line, I guess.
All right.
Oh boy. It's going to be a shootout here, boys.
All right.
That's a big one.
Skarok, what are you doing?
Oh! Yeah, well, I'm moving. Like that big thing there, I'm moving.
I messed up, guys. I gave you guys a look back. Like, is there something better in Szar? Okay, well, let's do this, boys.
Looked at me and asked if I knew anybody.
Well, that was like the thing. Like, do you know him? Should we be chill? And you're like, no, this ain't a family reunion, so I thought it was go time, buddy.
And I was just following, like, if we were shooting, it's like, well, I'm following. But no, man.
Hashtag crying 2025. We gotta get the loot and go, and I'm running up there, like booking it once I see that.
From the entrance, you hear a great raging Ragar. All right. So Valen, as you approach, you see that this goes up about 2 feet. So it's not super tall. It's just a slight ledge that's got a curved embankment. And you see as you get closer to it, the center of it is hollow, which is why the chest and anything else on there is up on the ledge or off to the side. You can see that it goes down about 10 feet. And you see one of the little larvae scurry over up one of the walls and start munching on one of the silver pieces there.
I'm going. Can I shoot the lock off and try to shoot the lid off?
Of the chest? Yeah.
Yeah. As I'm running up, I'm gonna take aim and just take one shot at it to try to get it open, so then I can use my astral step to stand on top of it.
Sounds good. All right, so go ahead and take a shot. Szar and Skarok, think about what you're gonna do.
Damn.
All right, so a 10, it's not moving. So you managed to land the shot on the lock. However, it doesn't seem to completely be destroyed.
All right.
What's up, Skarok?
No, Valen, are you calling it? You're shooting the locker, or like what's the?
As I'm running up, you just hear the, and you can kind of see it hit the chest, and then I'm going to astral.
I can in fact pick the lock.
Yeah, we can't get to the front, so I was gonna try to like knock it off the back, right? Open it up.
Okay.
After it doesn't do that, I'm gonna astral step behind it and start pulling it back.
Okay. So go ahead and make just a straight strength check with advantage because it is on an uneasy precipice. And
well, here, can I give him the help action? Because I'll just
I got a
I'll
19.
go up and basically hit it with the butt of my glaive from the far side.
Okay. Yeah, as he sees what you're doing, Valen, Skarok runs up and then jabs it with the butt of his glaive, and it falls back towards you. You manage to pull it down successfully.
Nice.
From your position, you see this barrel next to you. Like I said, it looks to be made of surprisingly sturdy wood insofar as you don't see any gaps around the outside like you would normally see with the barrel.
All right.
And at your end, you see that it's open, but it's not an open barrel. There's a square in it, like a rectangle. And inside, you can see a faintly glowing light at the far end. It looks a little too small for you to fit in, though.
Okay.
Can Skarok try and get in?
No, it's Skar's turn. Or Szar's turn, not Szar.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And you'll have your action, another movement action and stuff in a moment, Skarok.
Okay, yep.
Does Szar see the little rectangle?
You can see Valen looking over at it, and you can see the faint light coming from it. But aside from that, from your side, it just looks like a barrel.
Okay. Then I guess, since we're looting the place, I will dart over to be in between the barrel and the chest to try to give Valen a hand opening anything.
From here, you do notice the opening, and being small, it does look like you can fit through.
Oh, I'm in there.
As
cartoon style, right into the opening.
All right, Skarok, what would you like to do? You still have your movement, or you can finish up your action, basically.
Oh yeah, no. Basically, I moved up 15 feet, so 15. Basically, right next to Szar, get ready to take a look what's in the barrel.
You actually just dive head first into the barrel.
So as you both sort of arrive at the exact same time, Skarok, you look at it and you realize your head wouldn't even fit through that hole.
Actually, it would. As a bugbear, we have the
Well, you can
ability to
stretch,
squeeze. Yeah, as we can fit into small spaces.
I actually forgot about that. Shoot. Anyway, yeah. So technically, you
That
could
doesn't
fit
make
it.
any sense.
You feel like you could contortion your way into it. However, Szar fits naturally and just sort of jumps in himself. And Szar, as you jump in, you see that the bottom part of this is brought up a bit. It's not rounded on the bottom. And you can see there seems to be, it's a little cushioned, like the wood here is soft. And you see ahead of you is a series of 8 levers in a small, square black box, almost like a screen on the front. What would you like to do?
Is there any writing on these levers?
You can see underneath are some symbols, but you can't really make out what they are in this light. The screen itself isn't black, it's what's pulsing the light.
I'm just gonna yank the far left lever.
Okay. The both of you, Valen and Skarok, you see and you hear
Oh,
as
yo, watch out, boys.
as Szar pulls down this lever, and you notice as 6 legs on either side of the barrel fold out underneath it, and it stands up on them. From underneath the back of the barrel, that slot closes, and underneath the wood unfolds to let out a lobster-like tail. And then from the side of it, these 2 metal claws unfold in front of it. This is an apparatus of the crab, or an altered version. I call it the lobster apparatus.
Oh, that's
I
so
love it.
dope.
I've never been so happy in my life.
Oh, that's so dope.
Szar, you would recognize these as mining vehicles, basically. They're used by smaller races to move around and basically keep up with larger races. Basically through construction, movement, even supervision. The apparatus of the crab is a very, very versatile vehicle. What would you like to do? You see, it hasn't it sort of came to a freeze after it unfolded. It's not doing anything just yet.
Okay, would I have ever operated one of these at
You have
any point in
not.
my path?
Oh, no. Sorry, you have. In fact, you remember one of your travails in your early life when you first became a pirate. You and Krelak stole about 6 of these and sold them on the black market.
Yes. Were they regular crabs or modified lobsters?
So, for my purposes, the apparatus of the crab, because the name itself doesn't exist. This is the quote-unquote apparatus of the crab.
Oh,
so
okay.
the lobster version is the common version you're used to.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna. Hey, Szar, get that thing up and moving and break this thing open quick. And then I'm gonna just launch. Do I have a? Probably not attack.
You can make an attack. We haven't gone into initiative yet.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna launch some covering fire over the chest, and then have my flamethrower eldritch cannon kind of move up and be ready to be like the vanguard, be up in the front, hold them back as we figure out what the heck we're gonna do with all this stuff in this chest.
For sure. All right. So now I would like each of you to roll initiative because the bugs are going to take their turn.
Yep. Initiative.
It's like, yo, we just
18.
need to bug
My
out.
dice are high, baby. New Year is good for Valen.
Did you say you're going to bug out, Alex?
I did. I said we need to bug out, yo. It's 13.
I like that. That's good.
It's bug out time.
All right. Oh, I didn't bring up the thing. Really working off the rust here.
How heavy is the chest?
As you go to lift it, you can feel that it probably weighs almost a ton.
Oh,
Okay. And it's safe to say that this is the dead drop.
You haven't looked around to know for sure.
Okay.
Valen just got here, so you really can't say for sure. And y'all activated the defenses, so And Valen had an 18.
Yep.
Not a 19. Perfect. And then the bugs.
Rolls. And what about our beautiful Tinman? Is he just playing cover?
Worry about Tinman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because he's not. Yeah, he'll be present and relevant. I assure you. Insofar as thank you for reminding me. All right. All right, so we are going to go into combat. So we're going to go ahead and start with the larger monster screams again. I need each of you to make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Come on.
Let's go. 19.
All right, a 16.
All right. So this time, Valen, you were occupied with the chest, trying to get it down, trying to get it open. Skarok is trying to lift it, judge its weight, and happens to look up just as he sees this thing intake another breath. And the scream comes again. Szar, you had your antenna down, so you kind of already covering your hearing. And you brace yourself against it. What was that, Alex?
I was saying, no, Skarok's ears kind of fold down a bit.
All right. So, Valen, I need you to make a... Oh, you're deafened. You two are deafened. You don't hear this.
Oh, sweet.
You just see me screaming.
Right.
Yeah, the other two of you are like... And then Valen's like... All right, Valen, roll the d10 for me, please.
Gosh darn it.
You'll take 4 piercing damage. And you'll be silenced and deafened for 6 turns.
Oh, that sucks.
So I technically
You've used
could hear it. Yeah.
Oh, yes,
So-
you're right.
He was only one turn.
Yep.
But you
What
say
am I back down to?
So, Skarok, you do make the save. This time you were
Okay.
ready for it. You did see it inhale, and you did flatten your ears before it mattered.
Okay, cool.
All right, we come back around. You hear the mobilization and the movement of dozens of skittering bodies all at the same time. You see it as they climb down from under this webbing, and they start to undulate under the webs as they come back up out of the ground and start swarming towards your fire, your flamethrower, Meat Valen, sorry. But yeah, so I think as they start moving, I think that's a great time for us to take a short break.
all right.
I know we're a little early,
Yep.
but I want to get this set, so we're going to take a short break early.
Yep. See you
That works
guys
for
in a
me.
few minutes. All right. I think Alex might still be away, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He just stepped away to go to the bathroom.
Oh, did he?
Well, that's
Yeah.
what he gets for taking so long to go.
No, he shot into the Discord 30 seconds, hit in the restroom, and then you started it again and said, okay.
I saw everyone on camera. Hey, we got a few minutes here, so I'm going to take some time to talk to everyone viewing right now. Thanks to everyone tuning in. I really appreciate it. This is a kind of like a love child of all of us coming together, sharing this art and being able to have a place to share it with everyone. So big thank you to everyone tuning in. Check out our Discord. Jump in there. Get at us. Be part of the fun. Get part of the silliness. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Twitch. We are an affiliate now, so if you got that Prime subscription, send it our way. Show some DDC some love. Show us some love, and we keep this thing going. So
And
please,
episodes go up on Friday on
Yep.
YouTube.
YouTube will have our YouTube page will have our new episodes up this Friday. So if you caught it, came in a little late, you want to catch the beginning, it'll be perfect. So thanks again for everyone tuning in. This has been so much fun, and I really enjoy it, and so glad you guys keep coming back. So, Alex. Good.
Alex, take it away. You're DMing.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
We all got a level.
Everybody got a
Okay.
level, and we each get one of these apparatuses.
Oh man.
Tinman gets 2.
All right. I think we're all ready to go. Thanks again.
Yes. All right. Yes. So thank you, everybody. Welcome back. So as we left off, we were Valen got us into a whole world of hurt and trouble, pinned against the back corner with several of these non-ferrous metal eating rust monsters bearing down on them. So as we left off, Szar had jumped into the apparatus of the lobster and has started it up. You see as the blinking screen goes to a solid, it's about a 2 inch by 2 inch. You see as this blinking screen goes from a blinking teal to a solid off green. And you see a pair of little eyes pop up from the bottom.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
And you see they're like eye stalks with a little eye at the top looking at you, Szar.
I don't know how to communicate with this thing. I can't actually speak. So I guess I just think my responses and hope it gets it.
What is your response?
Like I'm Szar, and I will be piloting this fine vessel today.
Oh, another one. Okay. Well, what is your designation, Szar?
Captain
Oh,
or general?
we have a captain. A general, interesting. Well, maybe I'll be put to some good use, finally. Well, it seems we're in a pickle. Let us be about it.
Let's be about it.
And you feel as the barrel starts to rumble and shake, and it sort of moves around a little bit, sort of shaking out, sort of stretching legs. That is better. Anyway, let's go! And the barrel starts moving forward without any input.
All right.
And sort of as the inside opens up and lights up, you see that the lever you pulled was move forward.
No, okay, that makes sense.
Woohoo!
But all right, so Szar, is there anything else you're doing with the rest of your turn?
Yes, I would like to pull the lever that extends the claws.
The claws were already extended. That was part of the startup.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Then assuming movement is out, I would just like to turn and make eye contact with one of those little ones.
Okay, so it surges forward a few feet. I'm just going to move you because I forgot a barrel token.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
And you turn to face this first monster. You are within range to make an attack.
Oh yeah, let's go. I'm hitting that guy.
All right, so go ahead and roll a normal d20, but you're going to get a +8 to hit.
Oh,
Ooh,
oh,
that's a net one.
oh.
Just,
Big sad.
I think this is where the crab like sacrifices its arm to get away.
Yeah, it does seem that we're in a bit of a predicament, doesn't it, Szar?
A little bit of rust in the gears, huh?
Indeed. Perhaps we should have done maintenance before this, but what can it be done being stuck in a cave? Perhaps we should just try barreling our way out?
I see what you did there. And what are we gonna do about the two I came in with?
Oh, I didn't realize that was relevant.
It's kind of relevant, just a little, yeah.
Well, then I will update my information based on that information.
Szar,
Please,
what's
nice
going
you.
on in there?
So perhaps we should turn around and act as cover while they move along the wall to exit.
That sounds like a brilliant idea. Can you
I believe
perhaps pick up the treasure chest on the way?
Which one?
Wait.
There's more than one?
There's been many throughout the years.
The one that is currently in my companion's grasp.
Oh, you will have to turn me around for that, please.
Absolutely, and I ripped the lever.
Thank you so much. Oh, I see, that one. That one came in only a few weeks ago. You see the claws sort of flex. Perhaps. Let us try.
Lever to move forward.
All right, so you turn and move forward. That will be your turn. Valen, what are you doing? You see Szar in this apparatus moving towards you.
After shouting out and it turns towards me, I kind of am putting together that he's got it on control. I'm going to take out. I'm going to take a shot at the furthest away little bug.
Okay, so mark that for me. Which one you're looking at? Okay.
And
You have, let's see. It is dark back here, and your dark vision is 60 feet?
Yeah.
Cool. You will take that at disadvantage.
Yeah. That stinks.
And you can still do worse than a 5.
I know. It's a
But
5.
You didn't.
Plus
So
you did, so it's only a 5.
So just,
you're laying down suppressive fire to give yourself some time to think and move, and that's what you do. So you fire another shot. It hits the pillar behind it, and leaves a burning, glowing drill hole in the side of the rock.
And then my Eldritch cannon is just going to hit a cone. It's a 15-foot cone. And they have to make a DC save of 13 dex.
Okay.
So it's going to be like these top 3 up here.
Okay. All right. So 2 of them make it. The front 2, and the one in the back does not. How much damage does it take? Or how much damage do they take so I can have it for the first 2?
They will be taking 4 damage.
All right.
Not bad, not bad.
So you can actually notice as the fire torches their silvery carapace, and you can see it seems to affect them even more as it leaves these scorching fire marks along its silvery carapace. And you see that the metallic like carapace starts to warm and heat, like or brighten into a bright red as it heats up. And so the first 2 will take that damage.
And
take 8 damage.
And then I'm gonna yell, "Kill it with fire, quick!"
You can't yell, you're deafened and muted.
You're deafened and muted. So you try, yeah. So you try. All right. So are you doing anything else with your turn? Are you making any movements, anything like that?
No, I'm behind cover. I'm waiting to figure out what the heck we're gonna do with this treasure chest and hopefully get out of here without losing a limb or 2.
Or finger.
Or finger.
All right. So that brings us to you, Skarok. What's your plan?
That big bug, does the big bug look like it's moving or is it stuck in the wall?
You can't tell from your distance. It does not seem to have moved yet, though.
Okay. Szar, what's the plan? Are we running or are we fighting?
Telepathically. Can I technically not be muted then?
It's whether or not he hears it.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I am still deafened though, so I don't hear him.
Oh, never mind then. Okay, yeah. Not getting response.
Technically speaking through psychic does go past the deafened silence. You can communicate that way.
Right, but he can't physically hear me because he's deafened.
Correct.
Okay, so
that was more to answer his question.
So not hearing an answer, thinking we've got to get the chest open, I'm gonna try and crack the lock and see if I can break it open.
All right, go ahead and make a strength check at advantage. Valen has already finessed this a little bit with a laser bolt.
All right. Oh, I should probably not hit.
A unique form of Xaryxian lock kick.
Lock can't be locked if it's melted.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Can't be locked with
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Y'all
did you say at advantage or no?
I did.
Okay.
Double
10.
Right. So you reach down, you grab it, and then you just crush it in your hand, twist it, and toss it to the side. It's
Oh
open.
my god. All right, roll 20's getting a refresh. I'm sorry.
Clean your dice, Alex.
Dear
Wash your
God.
eyes.
It did. That was.
Does it open up? What do we see?
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yes. You grab it, you twist it, you toss it to the side. You can lift the lid open now. Are you doing so?
Yeah,
Yes.
I definitely want to make sure we're getting the right stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
open it up and I'll take my movement to kind of see what's inside and.
So you can, as you look around inside, you can see that there seems to be a top shelf to this, on top
Okay.
of which are several bundles of set metals. They're wrapped in cloth so that way they don't rattle inside of the chest. And you can see that each bundle seems to be about 100 pounds ish. So there's 10 of these bundles, or 20 of these bundles. And you can see that nestled down in one of the corners, this is a large chest, is a smaller box that is about 1 foot on each side.
I see them opening this.
You do.
I'm gonna commune to them that the crab is gonna pick it up and we're gonna dip.
I will try.
Well, he's gonna try to pick it up.
I want to. Can I reach in and try and grab the smaller box and pull the
You
smaller
can.
box out?
You can. As you do, you realize, or you notice, as the shelf on the far side cracks and breaks, and the one whole side of the box sort of tips and falls in, and you can see in the bottom of the box there's a hole bitten through it and carved out, and you can see a couple of the bundles seem to have been pulled out through the hole in the chest. But the box you're looking for and several of the other bundles are still there. At a full count, you get about 14. So as you lift
14.
out this... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so 14 total bundles and the small box.
Correct.
Okay.
So you lift out the small box, and it's just a small paper box, and you can you lift it up, and it weighs only a couple of pounds. What are you going to do with it? Like a brown paper box.
Open it up.
All right. So as you open it up, you rip it open, and you see that inside the box looks to be a large swatch of velvet.
Okay.
You pull at the velvet, and you pull it out, and you see inside what looks to be a crystal ball. It glows a malicious red, sort of illuminating the area and casting a hellish glow on the things around you. Valen, you hear laughing.
Oh my gosh. Is it the type of laughing I think it is?
It's the type of laughing you think it is.
It's clown laughter.
So first, what kind of clown? What does it sound like?
We're pulling the DM into the role play. You hear the gentle movement of velvet and Skarok's rushed movements, and suddenly the entire area is cast in a red glow. Ahead of you, where you see the hole that you punched into the pillar, that light is still gently fading, and it bursts into a sunburst glow. And the entire area for you is shed in this disgusting red light. It churns your insides. And you can see through this hole, it starts to widen and open, and a pair of horns stick through, and they are alternating black and white. A jester-like mask pulled into a nasty grin, and dead eyes behind it look at you, and you see as this thing pulls itself out and falls on the floor in impossibly long and awkward limbs. It's wearing a full jester outfit in red and black in tattered colors, the edges singed. Wow! Isn't it great to be here?
And
oh, it's so good.
as soon as I see him, I astral step as far as I can away from the group towards Tinman.
Okay. Go ahead and make your astral step. The rest of you see... Go ahead.
I'm gone.
I was gonna say, we don't see. Do we see this?
You don't.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
You see Valen break into a cold sweat and astral step as far away as physically possible.
And I just yell back when I get on my astral step, say, "Keep up, we're leaving now!" And I'm just starting to run.
All right, so yeah, just kind of like not understand if we're gonna wrap the ball back up, stuff it in the paper box, kind of underarm it, and say, kind of tap the lobster and say, "Come on, Szar, we're bugging out."
You thought about that one.
I did.
Szar?
Do we still want the chest?
Yes, yeah, like
I'm assuming you're. Well, I shouldn't assume. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, because if you mentioned you're gonna try and grab it, like
There's still supplies in that chest.
he since Valen's bugged out, I don't have range support. I'm gonna try and put myself between him and the barrel. And actually,
Also, the barrel can in fact act as cover when on our way out of here.
yeah. All right, hang on, me.
How kind of you to use my suggestions.
I listen. It's what I do.
That's much appreciated. It's much better than the other workers I've worked with. But I guess you're a captain.
And a general.
And a general. Impressive. I'm not sure how that's possible. What are you thinking, Alex? Playing some baseball?
Yeah, no, no, actually, I'm thinking of casting Entangle on that area.
Go for it. If you'd like.
I don't know, because I've already done my action to open the box. I'm gonna wait. So, like, if we're bugging out, basically, good to see. Just kind of thinking ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're
forgot
good.
everybody. Forgot everybody can see that.
No, it's fine. All right. So, Skarok, you called a Szar. You're getting ready to get out of here. You can see as Szar maneuvers this thing to lift up the treasure chest, and Valen has already gone. Valen, from the entrance, you can see Tinman posted up on his knee, knelt down with his weapon butted up to his shoulder, and he just looks up quizzically as he sees you running towards him. And as you run past, he's like, "Oh, hey, how's it go? What?" And then you run past. You're past. You're gone.
Can I say something?
Yes, of course.
As I'm running by, I'm just gonna say, there's clowns in this cave. I'm out of here, and just keep going. I'm not gonna elaborate, and I'm just gone.
No context, no elaboration, and I am not sticking around for questions.
The only clowns I saw in there were you three. What's going on?
I'm gone. I barely, actually,
He's yelling at your back.
I don't even hear him. I'm still deaf. I'm just yelling. Clowns in cave, run!
All right. And as you get to the outside of the cave, the sounds rush back onto you. You can hear your breath again, and you hear echoing from the cave. You can't run. I found you now.
I'm turning around and just firing into the cave blindly.
As you turn, you can see that the entire entrance of the cave is consumed by a massive mask.
No.
A white mask pulled into this rictus grin and
No.
this dead eye staring at you from behind. Entire head pushes its way out of the cave and then pulls itself up. You can see just the upper torso.
I'm going fetal position and closing my eyes and screaming with like in the ground.
Szar and Skarok, you hear Tinman yell, "Something's going on with Valen. We gotta get out of here now." And you hear him move to the center of the cave, and you hear the Stargrazer open up.
We all saw the initial red light from the ball, right?
You saw the initial red light. Yes, that was it.
That was it. Okay.
Oh man, Tinman's having no joy tonight either.
I'll chime to Tinman and say there was a red light on some orb, and Valen ran out screaming about clowns.
In response, you hear, "Come down to Fapple Brand Industries, where you can get the best dang rootin' tune on this side of the belt." And the rest of you see Tinman going into his marketing malfunction.
Oh, right. That probably isn't gonna help the Valen situation. Yeah.
Szar, you still can't hear me, can you?
What?
Not if you speak vocally. I'll chime into Skarok's head and warn him that they're coming up, because it looks like he's in front of the crab apparatus. I'll be like,
Yes,
hey, they're coming in.
Yeah, you'll be turning southward in a moment. Valen, let me make a few rolls here.
Hold on to your non-ferrous metal, boys. They're coming.
All right. So you can see the rest of you, the other two of you recognize. Well, Szar, you can't see because you're facing the other way. Skarok, you recognize, or not recognize, you see as Valen's flamethrower is completely overrun. And you can hear as metal disconnects from metal is crushed and pulled apart as they they viciously try to get at the precious metals inside that make up its components. It's back to you, Szar. What are you doing?
Grabbing this chest and booking it.
All right. I would like you to roll a d20, and I'm going to give you a plus 10.
Ooh. Come on, don't be a 1.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my
They
god.
are so
Can I
dirty
give him the help
tonight.
action? Can I give him the help action?
You can give him the help action to try to load the chest onto the claws. You can see that one of the claws, the same one that you had issues with earlier, Szar, seems to be malfunctioning, and it doesn't seem to have the same strength in it that the other one does. Perhaps if your companion can simply load it on top of the arms, I can lock them in place.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
I'll relay that. I'll relay that to Skarok. Throw it on the functioning claw and let's get out of here.
Fantastic. And Szar, you hear from behind as...
It's like, Szar, come on! Like, I'm just banging on the jaw, like, thinking he can hear me. It's like, go, man! We got to go! These bugs are coming!
Szar, you can feel through the vibrations of the apparatus that several impacts have struck the back end of this thing. You felt a crack in the wood. You can't hear it because you're deafened, but you felt a crack in the wood, and you're not sure if they're getting through or not.
Run.
The treasure chest is loaded as best as you can see. Skarok, go ahead and make a strength check for me, please.
All right. As I try to glue the barrel back together. Oh, you said a strength check, correct?
Correct.
That's an 11.
Hey,
That's enough.
it's
That's enough. So you start with the light end and lift it up.
Alex, I don't want to
and
hear
then
it. I've rolled 2 1s.
Dude!
Tinman rolled a double negative one, or a natural one. So, but anyway, so you managed to get it loaded. You use the light end. You lift that end up, sort of set it over, and then lift the heavy end with the help of the apparatus. Szar, you feel those several attacks. We're gonna use this as a combined action, so this will be both of your turns. Go ahead and make whatever other actions or movements you want right now.
Run.
The chest is loaded. Are you sprinting?
Yeah.
I would like to inform you that with the current weight load, we will be moving at half speed.
I can accept these terms.
Understood.
All right.
And so for a sprint, you'll get 40 feet.
Did you just accept the
Alright.
user terms?
Yeah. Please accept the user's terms and conditions before we move.
Booked at 40 feet.
For movement, this is a
Accept.
I'm gonna move by 30, but I'm gonna
Yes,
use
Al?
my action to cast Entangle on that group of rust monsters.
With the far one or the close one?
The close one that's right on us.
Okay. So draw the area. It's a 20 by 20, you said?
Yeah, it's a 20 square. Where is that at?
So yeah, if you can definitely... Yeah, you can place it so that way it won't be in your way and it won't stop the barrel. I shouldn't be helping you like this.
No, it's fine.
I feel a little
We're not
obligated
mad.
considering how many natural ones you guys have gotten.
God, dude.
An
All right.
obscene amount already.
I got a natural 20 my first roll, so it could only go downhill from there, you know?
So right there. And then I'll move my 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, my 30 feet down that way. Yeah, so they have to make a strength saving throw or be restrained by plants until the spell ends, which is up for a minute. And then that whole area becomes difficult terrain. So essentially, what I've done is I'm going to hopefully tie up those rust monsters and then keep the other ones from getting around to us.
All right.
Do you do anything special, like with entanglement, with your...
Well,
Being
we'll
able-
see.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we'll see how it hits because I do get a little bit of flavor here.
Okay. Little
gotta find my-
sauce.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
DC 12, so it is not exactly stellar.
So there's 5, so we need 2 more. Okay, so 2 of them make it out, but the other 3 are stuck. The 2 that make it out do so by latching their claws onto the back of the apparatus to follow with you. So these 2 are staying with you. In fact, you can see them pulled along, Skarok.
Okay. Then yeah, that's.
What's your flavor for the entangle for the other 3?
See, as we go and we start running, his Skarok's fur kind of around his feet kind of lengthens out and it almost turns into like roots. And basically, as he's running, it looks like tree roots planting into the ground. And as each step goes through, the roots come up and just like snatch the bug and like tie it to the ground. So
cool.
It's awesome.
And you can hear, well, no, you can't actually. Szar, almost psychically, you can hear the screaming of these creatures in rage as you continue to try and pull away.
That's
Valen,
happening.
you're in the fetal position. Would you like to do anything?
I'm gonna continue remaining in the fetal position.
Remember, crying is a free action.
And
he's gonna use his bonus action for it too.
Oh, all of them. And I am going to wait there, kind of like that shell-shocked pose where you're like assuming the position.
If I can't
And-
see them, they can't see me.
I'm just gonna wait there until
Something.
yeah. I'm not opening my eyes.
All right. So Tinman, as you 2 approach, you can see Tinman looking over at a Valen-shaped bundle on the ground about 30 feet from the entrance of the cave. And then back to you, and then he fires a shot, and then you can see the confusion in his movements. He's still firing, but he's extremely confused. So let's go ahead and make those attacks for him. Okay, so he misses 1, but the other 2 land, and you can see, like, it's sort of as he's sort of reassembling from his moment of sales pitch to fall back into his firing pattern. But he looks around confused. He's not sure what's going on. Nobody's really talked to him. Valen came out screaming, saying that there's clowns in there. Szar and Skarok, you see the wall next to you begin to crumble and fall apart and fall on you. You hear another, well, you don't hear another screech. You feel the air around you vibrate violently. And what you presume is another screech from this creature as it starts to try to pull itself forward. And it does so, finally snapping free of the crevasse it was stuck in and barreling through this first pillar into the center of the cave. The rest of them continue to work on that. These 2, are they rooted or do they have half movement? For entangled.
Did they fail the strength?
They're restrained.
Okay, they're restrained, so they can't move at all.
Yep. They can make a strength check, DC 12. On a success, they can free.
All right. Well, they're out of your. You can see that they're actually trying to pull the opposite way now. They seem to have found some sort of prey. Then the other ones have downed the other, or Valen's flamethrower. They can smell that and they're pulling that way as Szar starts to get out of their range. The other 2, however, continue wailing on the back of the apparatus. You can see their razor-sharp claws trying to pierce through the wood there. And Valen, from where you can see, not Valen, sorry, Skarok, from where you can see that they're making headway. They're getting in there. You can see several chunks of the wood being pulled free, and you can actually see the bottom of Czar's, his feet, basically. When we move on to Szar, what are you doing?
In here.
Yeah, you feel a draft suddenly.
I guess I'm Flintstoning this thing around. Yeah, I'm gonna book it another 40 feet.
All right.
And maybe stomp my feet out this opening that showed up out of nowhere. See if I can knock something a little loose.
All right, so you're going to try
like
running
rough
the
on
apparatus
the head.
over that hole?
Kind of around the hole.
Okay, so you're going to avoid... Oh, the hole in the back of it. I'm sorry, I see now. So try and keep them out.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you were trying to stomp down the hole on the way. All right. So yeah, you move up. You see Tinman still laying down suppressive fire. You see that he's almost frozen as this massive creature is barreling down on him. It's now that you see it too, because you were on the other side of the pillar. And having not heard or been able to speak audibly, you are just now seeing this creature. It is standing in the center of the area, and you can see that its tail seems to be swollen, almost as large as its body itself. This is a queen.
Who puts a dead drop with a queen rust monster?
So, nobody. The dead drop was here first.
Oh no.
Oh! Thank you for answering my question. That's very informative.
Certainly.
Think about the experience, boys.
It's a good thing
Your
we work.
fetal position. I don't want to hear that from you.
That's why I told you guys to think about it.
Are those two rust monsters still attached to Szar and the barrel?
They are.
Okay.
All right. It is.
Also, I believe I brought some stowaways.
I see that. Let me see if I can do something about that. And despite his shock, Tinman attempts to get out of the way of the cave, but as he's running out, he takes a couple of pot shots using his key points here, and he lands both of them. You, Skarok, as you're approaching, you see Tinman just sort of frozen in fear, turns, bang, bang, and then goes back to looking at the queen as he's backing out. Skarok in there?
Yeah, Beast was
You can
right
hear him.
behind me.
You can't hear him.
Oh, beans. Oh, beans. I forgot.
I can't hear Tinman, right? Over.
Who's in there? You see he's just yelling at the barrel, trying to figure out who's in there. But he makes his way out of the entrance to the cave and is trying to get around the side to get safe, when he notices Valen sitting in the center. Valen, Szar, it's your turn.
I am going to wait in the fetal position until someone gets closer.
Okay. Szar, you are about 20 feet away from him right now with your movement. And he is about 30 feet outside the entrance of the cave. It is now to you, Skarok. What are you going to do, bud? You're the last one in there.
Seeing
Now's
this.
the time to get all the AXP for yourself.
Yeah. No, I am
He
going
comes
to
back 3
need-
levels higher than us.
And that's when he gets cut from the campaign.
I am just going to. I'm gonna run up 30 feet. Basically, I'm gonna try and run up here. Try and clock the bug, and I'm gonna take a shot with my bow at the bug, hoping to hit because I've got something I can do.
Why
All right,
not?
go ahead and make a shot.
How about a dirty 20?
That's
Dirty 20 will land.
All right, and I am going to use as a bonus action my last spell slot to cast Ensnaring Strike. Drop
Ensnaring
concentration.
Strike.
Yep, I'm going to drop concentration on Entangle and then turn it into Ensnaring Strike.
All right. So what's the save on that?
12. Strength savings, though. Sorry.
She gets an 8.
All right. So while restrained by the spell, the target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns. Yeah, and it can make a strength check to try and break out, or use an action to try and break out. So yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about damage, and then just basically try and get out. So
Okay. Yeah, so the rest of you, well, nobody really sees it. Szar or Skarok, you're the last one out. Everybody else is either laying down in the fetal position or getting out. But you
All right.
do see as your roots take hold, they weave into the chitin and grip, and they hold her in place. What are you going to do with the rest of your turn?
Yeah. Start running out, and I clock Valen. Like fetal, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Valen, snap out of it. Let's go.
And you're just yelling at me. As soon as I hear that, I'm going to launch.
He's still dead.
Oh,
He can't
yeah, I
hear
can't
me.
hear you. I'm in the fetal.
Yeah, no. Like, 'cause, again, it's like I don't know who can and can't hear me. It's like, oh, like, and starting to panic. It's like, Christ, and like, I'm just gonna start trucking towards Valen and more or less try and grab him by the scruff of his neck and pull him out.
All right. As soon as I feel someone touch me, I'm going to try to attack immediately.
Okay. Make your attack. What are you attacking with?
I'm pulling out my long sword and I'm coming out of the fetal position and I'm yelling like, "Get back, you clown lowlife!" And I'm just swiping. Does a 12 hit?
No, 15. Seeing seeing him twitch and come from this like that fear response, Skarok can sense it coming and just watches the blade slide right by his neck, and I kind of twist his arm into that like let's go, push him to like really kind of shock him awake.
Yeah, I'll wrench it up under his back.
What do I
Yeah.
see? Is it gone?
So as you make your swipe, for a moment the teal sheen of Skarok's fur has dulled noticeably, but you can sort of for a moment you swear the way his ears curve, the way his canines jut out, the way he grins, even the stress in his eyes, you still see that same face, and that is why you swung. After a moment, you feel that jolt of pain, and your training comes back to you, and your discipline reasserts itself.
And Skarok is like growling and barking like, "Move, let's go!" But like since you
You
Yes.
get that drill instructor, the
Yeah.
classic drill instructor, where you're just like, "Don't think, go."
I'm gonna kind of like rub my head, look around, and once I see there's no clowns, I'm gonna launch a shot back into the cave and just start running it towards the exfil.
All right. So the exfil is your joy boat that's still sitting about 20 feet away from the entrance, and your ship is only 30 feet off the ground. Your exit's already here.
Yep, I'm jumping in the boat and getting old Tugger ready to go.
All right, what are the rest of you doing? You see Tinman leap in without a second thought.
If
He's
you-
there when you get there.
If you guys aren't,
I don't think this thing will fit in the boat.
if you guys aren't here quick, I'm going. I saw clowns. I'm leaving here. And you see me kind of like back it up and get ready to just go.
how far is the ship from like? Can we get back to the ship without the joy boat?
In theory, if you have enough high enough jump or a good enough reach, hit 30 feet off the ground.
I'm gonna need you guys to get into that ship and bring it a little lower so I can get me and this new crabby mining toy into that boat, into that ship.
First off, you're all still deafened and silenced.
I'm not waiting
But-
for long.
No, go.
Szar,
Like
Szar, as you go to voice this out loud,
I can't speak out loud.
Yo, you're right.
I only speak telepathically.
Okay, well then, ignore that. So Valen, you start setting off. You can see that Skarok and wherever Szar is.
I'm
inside
giving
this
like
thing-
the one look back, and if they look like they're coming for it, I'm gonna give them a second. But if they look like they're about to stand ground, I'm gone.
What are you doing, Skarok?
I'm moving with Szar. Like basically, I'm making
I'm
sure
gone.
that
I'm
Szar
gone.
and
I'm
Szar and
gone.
the package get
I'm
out.
gone.
Like
I'm gone.
we have a job to do.
Yep.
I'm
so
gone.
You see without a extra moment, Valen, he looks back, he sees that you're not with him, and it lifts off the ground. You see Tinman. Tinman runs up. He starts grabbing at your clothes, Valen. What are you doing? We can't leave our friends here. What are you doing?
I don't know if those are our friends anymore, and like I'm sweating profusely,
Valen, what is wrong with you, man?
and I'm not really saying or hearing much, so I'm just going.
It's like, man, Szar, we got some problems. It's like, Tinman's weapons eating all our stuff. I'm going crazy. Valen, what is going on?
Valen's going crazy.
And as soon as I get back to the boat, I'm going to my room. Going to a room. But that'll be in a second.
Yeah, so you see as Valen takes off, Tinman jumps out of the joy boat and runs up to you. So what's the plan? What are we doing?
Well, I needed somebody to lower big ship. My new toy didn't fit in the skivvy boat.
He's confused when he doesn't get a response.
Oh, no, I'd say
Yep,
I don't.
Yep.
Your
I can't
silence is
hear
deafened.
him. I can't hear him.
But I can. I'm
can,
like, yeah.
yes.
It's like, so yeah. Basically, we got the drop. We got to get it up to the ship. Czar's in there. I don't think he can hear. I have been yelling to him since we left, and he hasn't responded. Occasionally, it's weird, but we got to get this up there. What do you reckon?
Well, we can do something crazy, or we can do something smart. What do you think?
Well,
What do you reckon?
Mark,
imagine
above
about
table,
30
are we
Oh, yeah,
are
go
we
ahead.
still being chased?
Tin Man looks at you. He's like, I get the feeling about 30 seconds these things are going to be on our tail. We better be moving.
All right.
That's the closest hint I'll give you.
Okay. Yeah. No. Are Ryback and everybody close to the if we would we be able to hoist it if we got rope up there? Tinman, you think we could hoist this up?
I think we can try it. Maybe you can throw me up there.
Yeah. I will grab him. I'll basically tie a rope to him and
All right,
chuck
let's go.
him.
All right, so make just a straight strength check.
All right.
Okay.
And I kind of like Tinman, try and be a little pointy, aerodynamic. Let's
You got it. Let's go.
that's a
That
9.
was a strength save.
Oh yes, it was. That was a good call. Good call.
There we go.
That's a 15.
Pointy
Thank you, Josh.
and he's gone. As pointy as I'm gonna, whoosh, and he flies up to 30 feet. He lands just inside the lip of the tyrant ship, and you hear a thud and a roll of metal, and you feel the rope go taut. We've got you.
All right, trying to like tie it around the lobster and the basically try and get as many as I can and like start pulling. We gotta go.
All right, make a sleight of hand check to see how well your knots hold.
Sure.
Well, there's a good chance I die here.
There's a half a chance you stay here.
That's a 7. I am rolling
right.
awesome.
That's the energy. You hear Ryback after a moment yell, "We've got you!" And almost before you have it tied, you only get like the knot most of the way done, and it's lifting. And you hear the heave, ho, as it starts to lift, and then stop, and then lift, and then stop, and then lift, and then stop. And it's lifting into it, and after about 10 seconds, it is about 15 feet in the air. So now what are you going to do, Azar and then Skarok, to finish this exfil? Assuming it's finished.
Oh, okay. So with the riggedy claw, right, that
Mhm.
hasn't had any luck, I'm going to attempt to grab the rope so I don't come untied.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna swing it. It's a broken claw, but it's all I got. The other one's holding the treasure chest.
All right. I want you to make a dexterity check. Actually, yeah, we'll just go with dexterity for now because piloting is weird.
15.
You realizing that it doesn't have any strength to lift, that the gripper may very well be still useful. And as you reach up, you sort of get it tangled in the rope because you're not quite sure how it works. You're still getting used to it. It's been so long. But both with it tangling in the joints and with the claw grabbing, it is pretty well meshed in there. Now we just need to hope that the claw doesn't come off. And it's from your vantage point as he grabs that Skarok that the knot comes undone.
I cook. I don't. How do you do these things?
You were saying those are? And after a few more seconds later, you are lifted into, and you sort of hit the lip, and then there's one final heave as you're tipped over, and the crab lands upside down.
As soon as we get close, I was like, as soon as we get close enough, Skarok is like jumping off to make it lighter. It's like,
Okay. All right, so you all land just within the lip of the tyrant ship. You see Valen already gone, like he's already leaving the area. There's a hunch to his shoulders you've never really seen before.
I'm punching him in the face.
You gotta catch up to him first.
No, we're on the same ship. He can't go too far.
I guess I should say, are you attempting to punch him now, or are you gonna wait?
No.
Okay.
he's
It's a
still
prompt.
in the lobster.
I'm still in the lobster. I'm getting this thing taken care of first.
All right. So you make it back onto the ship. You are still within the influence of the Spire of Hakatha here. And your volunteer jammer, just went off in a general direction to find a room. What would you like to do?
Oh, somebody's got to pilot this.
Well, it can't be me. I ain't got magic to me. I look of it in these fingers.
All right. Me get this thing to obey, and I can pilot.
Yeah. I going in, kind of like seeing Valen having freaked out and getting nearly left behind. Skarok is basically going to stress eat. He straight goes to the kitchen, starts making snacks.
Garrett, I'm gonna need you to bring me whatever you make too.
As you're deciding a pilot, Szar, you actually see Ken step forward and snap a salute. If you'll have me, sir, I will be the pilot for this mission, sir.
Mikan, was it?
Correct. Ken
Get us
Haverstand,
home.
sir. You got
Get
it,
us
sir.
home.
And he turns and starts at a brisk jog to head up to the helm. And a couple minutes later, the ship begins to move.
All right, I gotta get this thing to obey.
Or about a minute later, I should say. Because if it was any longer than that, the queen might come get you, because concentration only lasts so long.
Yes.
All right. So you're on the ship. It lifts away from Hakatha. You have, presumably, your dead drop on board. And you've gotten out with your lives and your and an apparatus of the crab. But you seem to have lost a little bit of trust in the Astral Elf.
A little?
I mean, they were clowns.
So-
I'm
This boy
not
started
here.
crying and left us to die.
I went to my room. I'm not here.
Yep.
All right, so I'm assuming we're all back on the ship, and I'm gonna get Szar and Tinman together in the mess hall, and basically I'll have made a snack for everybody. I'll be like, hey, look, things happen. Tinman, I how many times did I almost bite your head off? Twice by that I can remember. And
That
then
you can remember.
yeah, Szar, come on. There's
He
two
left
of
me
you.
to die.
I mean, he could have left me to die when we found out we had a cursed gun.
I
had a
was not
cursed
gonna
gun.
let that happen.
I appreciate that, but he didn't either. Maybe we should cut him some slack.
No, we should. It's like, and I'm just gonna say, like, actually, I'm gonna go.
I was
Ask
gonna say,
if,
y'all can figure out what was wrong, and then I'll decide if I'm cutting him some slack.
Okay, hey, the Thrycreen,
Because from our perspective, he saw that big bug and left us to die.
yeah, I
He's
mean,
not wrong.
I mean, hey, he was yelling something about clowns. Like that was the last thing that I heard. He was screaming about there's clowns in there. And hey,
Yeah,
you
I
remember
know
when
that
we were
too.
you remember when we were
calling you guys clowns and running away.
I thought he was talking about you two.
He called us clowns and saw a big bug and thought he'd leave us to die?
No, come on, Szar. Remember that before when we were clearing out the ship when Tinman's little sales thing, his sales pitch went off.
Yeah, he's
He
responding real bad to that.
He freaked pretty hard at that. It wasn't as bad as this. Like, I don't know. I opened up the box. There was like that red light. He saw it. Something triggered. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but hey.
It's worth
Look,
remembering that this is a beholder homeworld. There's all kinds of psionic nonsense going on up in here.
It's true.
Who knows if he just got targeted? Let's ask him some questions and determine from there. That feels fair to me.
Hey, you know what? Let's
I take care of that because if I see him, I'm swinging. I'm gonna
You
get
stay
this.
down here and you cool off.
I'm gonna get this apparatus into a bay, and I'm gonna start working on it and get it fixed up.
and I'm just gonna throw him like a more or less just like a hunch of some kind of like leg meat. I'm like, there, it's like grilled meat. Go have yourself some fun. Fix up the lobster. Again, kind of pass over that really finely refined oil over to Tinman. If you need something, Tinman, and then I'm gonna grab the seafood salad that Valen requested, way back, and just head over, try and find Valen and see if he's in a room. Just knock and be like, hey, there's a snack outside the door if you're hungry. We're sure we'd love to have a word if you why don't you come out to the mess hall.
I'm not going to say anything, and I'm going to sit in silence. If anything, I am standing in front of a mirror looking into it.
What do you do, Skarok?
Making sure it's still me.
Not getting a response. I kind of give that soft, all right, suit yourself. It's like, hey, no harm, no foul, man. I nearly bit Tinman. Just when you're ready, come. We're here for you, man. And I'll walk away and walk back to the group.
Valen, you hear Skarok leave, but you hear a small rattle of metal as Tinman sits down outside of your door. Now I'm gonna promise, or I'm not gonna sit here and talk like I ain't a little bit of a coward myself, Valen. Stuff happens. We run away. Fight or flight's a real thing. If something was in there to scare you half to death enough to get you to run, it must have been terrifying. We aren't judging, we're just curious. Take your time, man. See you soon. And then you hear him, he sits there for about half an hour waiting for a response, but after that he gets up and walks away.
And you'll hear me just start thrashing stuff in the room and breaking stuff.
Yeah, he's real angry. And you don't hear him, but Tinman continues his way. That evening, as evening comes around, Rybeck calls everyone in for dinner, and he has taken a little bit of inspiration and is attempting some new recipes, Skarok.
Ooh. Tonight, I would like to use something I've used something that I am familiar with. Just some pork, but Gif usually prefers savory. But I get the feeling that some of us have a less refined tongue on this ship, so I've tried something sweet. I found these appled pines you have in your bag of cooling there, and I've tried something that I saw my grandfather do once. And you see as he pulls out this massive platter and sets it on the impromptu. Valen, you don't have to be there if you're not. I'm not assuming you are, just to clarify. And he sets it down and he pulls the top off, and it's a full pig with several loops of pineapple speared into it with toothpicks. Now I shall carve, but is Valen going to be joining us? Do any of you know?
Ara's also not there.
Okay. Skarok?
I don't know, man. It's probably not. Like, Skarok is actually kind of dejected, like just seeing how this is all kind of falling apart. But it's just like, make him a plate anyway. It's the proper thing to do.
And you can see that he recognizes that you're dejected, and as he sits down next to you, and after carving it, sets the plate in front of you.
Skarok, what happened down there? Usually you're not this folded away.
So, like, it wasn't bad. Like we wasn't anything that we hadn't done before. But suddenly we picked up the package, and the package is there, right? Like I'm gonna show him and basically say, so we opened the chest, and inside was this box, and I opened the box and I show him this glowing orb. Well, as soon as Valen saw this, he freaked, and do you remember when we got to the ship and he kind of, oh no, you weren't there. Before we got on the ship, he had kind of a reaction with Tinman. So I don't know.
was on this ship.
Yeah, like when we took, but I don't know. It seems like maybe the flashing red, something about it just freaks Valen out. And well, look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't do this. I'm more, let me hunt an animal, let me cook. That's my strength. I don't do this. This is out of my league.
I understand. I was once passed up captain in favor of being a ship's cook. So I understand what you mean. This is a passion. It's something you do for the love of it. And adventuring is much the same. Something you do because you love it.
And Ryback, can I be?
Yes,
Oh, sorry.
Go, please speak.
So I was like, can I be honest? Like, no, I do. I enjoy being with this group, but I don't know how much this adventuring, the hero bit, it's not me. It's really not.
He rests a hand on your shoulder, and it doesn't have to be. Perhaps you're just a cook. You like the connections of the people. You like the scents, the sounds, the thrill of the hunt. A test of skill that, while may end up in death, also encourages life. Adventuring is something far different. Adventuring is living every single moment. And I can tell you from experience, it is exhausting. Doubly so for those of us that have been through what the things I believe Valen has been. He's not from the belt, nor are you.
But I knew that. I don't even know what the belt is.
You see, he adjusts his own.
It's like, Ryback, I literally have never been outside of what I've known until this all started. And, like, I've not seen other creatures. It's like, this is all new to me. All new. And if I'm supposed to try and save the world with that going on, Ryback, how do we do this?
When Gif are young, when we first enter military service, every one of us has heard the greatest names among us. Kadzer, General Crux, Admiral Flyweight. Heroes! Every one of them brought low off of the battlefield. But as recruits, we are rough. We are forced to set aside our bravado and work together. But it's not just the bravado. It's knowing the man next to you. It's knowing the individual who fights at your side. It's knowing the woman who will save your life. You have just met. Adventuring may not be for you, but it is for him. I could see it in his eyes. There's something out there for him. But you do not need to force yourself to fit.
Well,
You will
I
learn,
appreciate-
or you will find your way. It's the only two options.
I appreciate the words, Ryback.
They're more than words.
It just kind of goes back into eating, and it's pretty good.
Use salt.
So it's like, no, I'd like it to be honest. Skarok eats it just straight up, like as Ryback prepared it, not adding anything there, just like that, as if kind of giving him a critique, like salty, yeah. It's like could use a little bit of this here. Critiques it, but overall, that's a solid 8.
Thank you. 8 out of what?
That's the secret, my friend.
I'll get it from you yet.
And you see as he as he turns to walk away, he pulls out a small notepad in his massive hand and starts jotting down with a pen that barely fits between his fingers. Szar, what are you doing right now?
I am still in the bay working on the crab neck.
Okay. Is that what you're going to spend your time doing? Okay. After a short while, you can feel that you've been back for several hours. You can't really tell the time change aside from your intuition. But after a while, you hear a rapping on the wall near the entrance of this bay. And what are you going to do?
I'll turn and look.
You see Mikan. And he's got a plate of food. You weren't at evening mess, and I wanted to bring this to you.
Oh, thanks, Mikan.
Of
Thanks.
course. See, what is this thing? He runs a hand along the wood. This is interesting. Never seen one.
I slap my hand on the top, used car salesman style. This right here is called the lobster. It's a crab neck used in mining of smaller races. Happened to find it in that cave. And, I dare say it saved our lives.
Oh, does it have a name?
Not yet. I've been putting some thought into it. But I haven't come up with anything that sticks yet.
Well, let me know if you need any help. I've got a few ideas.
Thanks, Mikan.
Of course. So, how are things on the mission?
Dicey.
They
Lot
usually
of,
are.
lot of rust monsters.
You see him, like, visibly pale.
A lot of rust monsters. And a queen. Yep.
A queen.
A queen.
How did you deal with it?
All of us dealt with it a little differently. Me and Skarok picked up the chest and ran, and Valen hid and cried.
No. Not Valen.
Oh yeah. Yep. Then he took the boat and left us down there.
You think you know a guy.
For 18 whole days.
Delivering it as deadpan as you do, Mikan's confused as he tries to do the mental arithmetic, and then clocks that you're making a joke. Okay, I see. Well, I'm sorry that things were as rough as they were, but I wanted to thank you, Szar. Thank you for giving me the chance.
For what?
Pilot.
Mikan, you're in the same position as us.
Of course. But not everybody would just trust a recruit with piloting. Especially on a
wouldn't
mission
I?
that's crucial.
You're on this ship. Part of the ship, part of the crew. I expect that anybody on here can fill any position that they need to do or that they offer to do. I've been on plenty of ships in my time, and they've just always worked.
You didn't choose this crew.
You're right, I was assigned to this crew, but a crew is still a crew.
Crew is still a crew. Okay. Well, then thank you again for the wisdom.
Yeah. Thank you
I'm gonna
again for the food.
Of course. Sir. And he turns and steps away. Valen, what are you doing right now?
I'm keeping to myself. Staying in my room. I will crack the door open and see if that salad's still there. And then
It is.
I'm going to take a little bit of it, but not that you notice, and then leave it there, and then go back in my room.
I'm watching the plate.
I would say from the side of the door that you don't see, you hear that's a full meal for you, ain't it?
And then I'm gonna see if that little red light on top of his head pops out, and then grab the salad and then go back in my room by watching him like intensely.
His hat stays firm. It was good seeing you for a moment.
And then slam the door.
We'll see you around. He looks up at Skarok. Think you'll be all right?
We'll see. Well, we got some time on the way back. We'll figure it out.
True.
But
Anyway.
hey,
Fancy a jog?
that's and it's like he'll mull it over and go, and just take off. It's like, sure.
Yes.
And then he turns and jets after you. Maybe we can have a rematch with that Thrycreen later. He yells. And I think that's where we're going to call it for the night.
Oh,
Awesome.
Hey, great episode, guys. Welcome back. That was awesome. Was not expecting any of that. Hey,
There's
Mark,
a lot of
thank you so
emotion
much.
here now.
Yes. Hey,
A lot
thanks.
of emotion here
Thanks
now.
for everyone that tuned in. Episode 9 will be up on our YouTube soon. Subscribe, like, follow, share, and we'll see you next time on Echo of the Astral Sea. See you guys. Have a good one.
Yes, thank you so much for
Bye,
coming
guys.
in. See you in this. Don't forget to wash your dice, and we'll see you in the stars.